Intel Core i7-12700H with 14 cores, 140 watt RTX 3060 with mux switch, 1TB SSD, 16GB of RAM, 90 watt-hour battery with Thunderbolt 4 support. All this at just a hair above 1 lakh rupees. Hey guys, Diptesh here, back again with another quick deal alert video, and in this video we will talk about the 2022 Asus TUF A17. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So I just happened to find the Asus TUF A17, the Intel Core i7 12th generation variant for just 1,10,000 rupees. I know it might sound quite high because I myself have been saying that I do not recommend any gaming laptop over 1 lakh rupees. But after looking at it several times, looking at the performance numbers for the i7-12700H and 140 watt RTX 3060 and overall deal of this laptop, I kind of feel that this laptop might be one of the very rare laptops that I'm willing to accept and recommend over 1 lakh rupees at this point of time. The i7-12700H is actually an insanely good processor with 14 cores and really has amazing performance in productivity applications as well as in gaming. Just because it has got 14 cores means that this thing will be like future proof for a really long time. Along with 14 cores, it has got a really good Intel Iris Xe graphics, which really helps out with video encoding and decoding, especially if you're using applications like Premiere Pro. The only main problem with the i7-12700H is the battery life. If you see in the comparison between the 12700H against the Ryzen 7 6800H, the comparison done by Jared's Tech, you'll see that the i7-12700H is overall 15% faster than the 6800H overall in terms of average performance. But the 6800H is twice as efficient, with the battery life being twice as long compared to the 12700H. That is genuinely one of the advantages of Ryzen and one of the disadvantages with Intel. However, to kind of mitigate this issue, the Asus TUF A17 does have a pretty big 90 watt-hour battery, which means if you are able to optimize Windows as much as possible, you should still be able to eke out decent battery life, doing regular day-to-day tasks with the Asus TUF A17. There is the Asus TUF A15, the 2021 variant with the Ryzen 7 5800H and RTX 3060, but over there at 90,000 rupees, 3060 is also less wattage, 95 watt. It doesn't have any mux switch. Also, the 5800H is slower than the 12700H by a little, but the 5800H is significantly more power efficient. So in terms of battery life, the older TUF A15 will provide you with significantly longer battery life. But overall, I feel the i7-12700H along with 90 watt-hour battery, mux switch and 140 watt 3060 kind of makes the newer TUF A17, even though at a higher price, the better deal in my opinion. Moving on to some other key feature is that it comes with a 1TB SSD. I think it's PCI Gen 4 SSD, and obviously I've already told you that it comes with a mux switch with RTX 3060 going up to 140 watts, which means this RTX 3060 is about 15-20% faster than 95 watt RTX 3060. Not in all games, but in certain games. Also, one interesting feature with this Asus TUF A17 is the port selection. It has got Type-C ports that is obviously capable of Thunderbolt 4 and also sending out display signal. And the Type-C port of this laptop actually supports G-Sync. So that is also great if you have a G-Sync monitor, which means you will get awesome, smooth, tear-free experience when you connect it to that Type-C port. Also, as I mentioned, this laptop supports Thunderbolt 4 port, and Thunderbolt 4 is very underrated in my opinion. Having Thunderbolt 4 means you can essentially use this laptop for a really long time if you ever decide to get a desktop dedicated GPU, put it in a eGPU enclosure, and then you can connect that GPU over Thunderbolt 4, which means essentially you can upgrade the GPU of this laptop. Not practical, but if you're using this laptop after many years, let's say like 3-4 years when the RTX 3060 is kind of outdated, you can at least get an external GPU without having to buy a whole new system. Because the i7-12700H with 14 cores, I'm telling you, it will last a really long time in terms of performance. The main disadvantage of this laptop that I feel, and I really feel this is a disadvantage at this price range, no matter how much performance this laptop comes with, the main problem with this laptop is that it only has, a typical 45% NTSC display, 144Hz. So that is kind of disappointing. I know that this laptop is providing a lot of performance, 14 cores, 140 watt, RTX 3060 mux switch, 90 watt hour battery, Thunderbolt 4, so many other features. But in terms of display, guys, I think manufacturers should not compromise with display at this price range. They should be able to fit at least 100% sRGB display, which I think is getting cheaper these days, guys, because a lot of regular non-premium gaming laptops is coming with good display like Realme Book, Infinix Book and all those things. So I think at this price range, at least 100% sRGB display should be provided by manufacturers, and that is the main problem with this laptop. But yeah, overall, if you compromise with the display, which I feel you should not at this price, but still the overall performance package is exceptional with this laptop. And even though this laptop goes above 1 lakh rupees, it goes up to 1,10,000 rupees, you can apply Flipkart Axis Bank credit card discount and bring it down to 1,05,000 rupees. But still, I would say the overall performance package with this laptop is really good. It will last you a really long time because of the 14 cores and high IPC of Intel Core i7 12700H, Mux Switch RTX 3060, Thunderbolt 4 support. You can add external GPU in the future. So I feel, even though I don't want to recommend any laptop over 1 lakh rupees at this moment, I think I can safely recommend this Asus TUF A17 to you guys. And now obviously it depends upon you whether you require such performance right now. But yeah, this is one of the laptops that I would frankly recommend even going above 1 lakh at this point of time. Alright guys, won't make this video any more longer. Thank you so much for watching. The links to purchase this laptop is down in the description. Consider buying from those links as it helps the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.